Welcome to Freedom House.
Good morning, Freedom House.
Welcome to Freedom House.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Freedom House.
Welcome to Freedom House.
Welcome to Freedom House.
Welcome to Freedom House TV. We are on the internet and live and interactive. Ladies and gentlemen, bring my friend Brian Beatty in.
Live, I tells you, live.
Live on the internet, I tells you.
Is that the old Frankenstein movie? Is that what it is? He's alive.
This is the maybe Young Frankenstein with
Oh,
Gene
that
Wilder. Maybe.
The guy with the eyes. Wilder, right? That's right. Hey, you know what I learned something about Gene Wilder? Carl, you're excited about this. Gene Wilder was one of the guys that was in the original Englishman, the one about luxury. He used to live in the shoebox in the middle of the road. He was one of the original.
Gene Wilder was in it?
I never knew that. I found that out this week. There you go. Tell me I haven't been learning something in COVID world.
That's not nothing. That's a good takeaway right there.
That's
right. Not nothing. Well,
we
are
yes.
How are you? Oh, I'm great. How's your bovine friend in behind you?
See that? See that look right there? Ear look.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the money shot right there. Absolutely. That's we were having a discussion in the our one church pastors meeting this week about either bovine or equine and what the difference are.
I blew it. How are you, my friend? Yeah, I blew it myself. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's a bovine. The equine are the horse.
Yes, equestrian.
Horse.
I should have known that with the equestrian, but I didn't. When you said it, I was so excited that it could have been that I went with it.
Phil and I, when the Raptors are playing, text. We communicate more during Raptor games than really the rest of the.
Okay, I know this wasn't on the schedule to talk about tonight, but now that you brought up the Raptors, David, I have a question for you because and Phil, anybody can jump in here. Why aren't they just loading up a Serge down low and letting him just give her? Like what? He could score all night. What's going on? No, honestly.
Why don't they just keep feeding him down there?
Yeah.
I think anytime that you know what someone's gonna do, and he's not the biggest guy down there, and so if he just played just down low, you would easily just put another guy on him who's bigger.
I got it, but then you give your 3-pointers more chance.
That's true.
You get both going on. I'm not saying all the time, but they could have.
Your center's got to be able to hit threes. It spaces the floor. It helps.
David, the both end. You know I'm a both end guy, but I think they could have just used him more down low. That's all I'm saying.
Phil says that he's there to start fights if necessary.
He started a fight with that Smart guy, whatever his name is.
His name's Smart. Yeah, that's the guy.
That boy needs a slap. He needs a timeout.
Well, Serge is he's a regular attender at Catch the Fire Church in Toronto.
Great.
So during one of the playoff games recently, when everyone was kneeling, Serge he's got his hands up praying, and I sent Steve Long, who's one of the pastors and leaders there at Catch the Fire, and he goes, "Oh yeah, Serge loves Jesus. He loves worshiping." Tim Henshaw, gotta love it when the pastor is a cow in the background. Tim, cow man.
You know, Tim, I'm so glad you came on, and I want you to know you have won. You have won the internet for me because, Tim, you are the guy that has the most utters ever on an internet Facebook page.
Oh, there is no doubt. There is no doubt.
The utter award. If you're not friends with Tim and you like utters, then you need to. Tim's a vet from Barrie. I better explain this. Tim's a vet from Barrie, and he's an amazing guy. Part of the citywide movement up there. Just incredible.
Absolutely. Doug and Laura joining us this evening. Good to have you guys. Jeff's excited about the Vegas Knights. That's hockey. We're done with that.
This is the highest Barrie contingency we've ever had. We got Jeff and Tim both from Barrie coming in. So that's
awesome. It's a very Barrie evening for sure. It's a very evening. Nice. Well, what we want to just do is spend a few minutes talking about tonight, obviously, is in the Freedom House world, our big news is that we're going back to meeting in person. on Sunday morning.
Sunday, David.
It has been pretty close to 6 months, pretty much right, almost bang on 6 months since we've been at the mall and inside worshiping together. And this Sunday, it's finally going to happen again. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Brian? How are you feeling about Sunday?
I'm feeling very good about it. We worked really hard. The staff and others we had a cleaning crew in there just giving her, and we've worked really, really hard to make things work. And I would say, coming up to Sunday, but I would say even over the last 6 months, the staff and others that have been working hard, those being gracious because everyone knows we're in a weird time. And in fact, I sent out a thing this week about the teachers and going back to school, and no one's done this before, right? And I feel like we've got a little bit of we understand what you're feeling, teachers, as you're going back and trying to work through this. So, but I feel like Freedom House has been really, really gracious through the whole time, and it's been really amazing. And I've talked to other pastors, and they have some pretty hard stories that have come from their church, and I feel like we've had those. I feel like a lot of grace on what's been happening. Everyone understands that no one's been this way before. So yeah, it's good.
And so that we'll just lay that as a groundwork for let's keep that up, because now we're about to.
Yeah, because now's a new season out of the new season.
Yes. Yes.
Dip our toes in the water and make some changes. So keep those cards and letters coming of grace. Right.
It was merely a mid-season break. What happened just now? So we're flipping to being back inside the building, and today we were over there, and like Brian was said, working at cleaning and getting stuff together. And one of the things we wanted to do was make a video to be able to show folks, that's you, about what a Sunday is going to look like. So we had a little bit of fun with it, but you'll see Brian and Aaron and Nikki and such, and we're going to take a little bit of a tour to show you what Freedom House is going to look like a bit this Sunday. Let's take a look.
Well, Freedom House, it's the day we've been waiting for. After 6 months, it's back to church Sunday. And this Sunday we get to come in, and we're going to take you on a walkthrough to show you what you can expect coming back to church this Sunday. So here we go. Let's come into the mall together. So here we are. You'll notice this. So I brought my mask with me. Let's just see if I can get it on. Oh, glasses fog up. Who's this lovely young lady? Everyone, look, it's Erin. Hi, Erin.
Hello, Brian. Welcome. Hello. This is where you're going to find me on Sunday morning. And I'm going to greet you and just check symptoms and take everyone's address and then welcome you downstairs to church. Come on, let's go.
Awesome. We're going to go this way because I love the elevator. If you need it, get your hand sanitizer. Masks required in public spaces. Again, it's so you know, safe and loved. That's what we want. Come this way. 2 meters apart. Oh, look at everyone. Look at everyone. Oh, hi. I'm sorry. You're going to have to stand back a little bit. I'm sorry. We love you. We love you. I want you to feel safe and loved. So, hi. Hi, Nikki. So that's Nikki. Oh, hello. Look who I found. Aaron's here as well.
Hello. So now I'm going to take you on a tour through the building and show you what to expect on Sunday. So when you come through, you're going to come down and you're going to find a seat that fits your family. So if you're a family of 5, this is a great spot for you. And you're going to sit right here. And we're just asking that everyone comes straight through and sits down, and we don't hang out in the cafe. Come this way. So you'll notice as you come down the hall, we are asking that people just go down the hall one way. So this way is the way we're going to go down the hall, which you'll see the lovely purple arrows to help us remind of those things. So as we've mentioned, unfortunately at this time, our kids' rooms are going to be closed. But there will be activities and coloring books that Nikki's going to hand out to kids as they come through. Our washrooms are just going to be one person at a time, and we're asking that you sanitize down that once you're finished. Most of our other rooms will be closed, so the kitchen's closed. Our nursery will be open for a change table if you have a baby and needing that facility. So as we all know, Nikki really loves coffee, but unfortunately we won't be serving coffee at this time, Nikki. Now, as for offering, we're not going to be doing it in service, but at the end of service, you can come see me at the information station and we can take care of you then. And here's Brian, just like normal.
Oh, hi again, it's Brian. I have taken my mask off because according to mandatory regulations by the province, we can be here on the platform doing religious ceremonies and not have a mask on. We have to be well away from people that are seated. And again, we've talked now for 6 months, Freedom House, about you being safe, feeling safe and loved, and we want to do all the regulations that are set out. In fact, we've added a few others just to be even more safe. So on the platform, you're going to see some people that don't have masks on, some may have masks on, we don't know. It's their choice, those on the platform. But we want you to know that we've taken every precaution that we can. And we've taken lots of opportunity over the last 6 months, as you know, to do everything online. And so we're going to do a great job online still for those that have made a choice as a family that we're not yet ready to come back for in-person services. So we want you to know that if you're at home, we're going to create a great experience for you at home as well. We want everyone at Freedom House and those of your friends and family to feel, if you want to come here, we've created a great space for you. If you want to stay home, we hope that's a great space for you. We want everyone to know we think this is a great opportunity for us. It's a great day to open up the church again, and we're glad we're here and looking forward to seeing you either live here, we hope, or at home, and that's great too. Freedom House, we're so excited, looking forward to seeing you this Sunday at Back to Church Sunday, September 13th, 2020.
Awesome. And just like that, the tour ended. There's a lot of people excited about a bunch of different things. Doug is excited to hear you say it works better with a live audience again.
I will put that in my sermon for sure several times.
Unnecessary. It'll just happen. Just let it happen naturally.
You don't have to write it out. It needs to be more natural.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
thanks, Doug. And I did notice as well, Dave, that Doug, they actually moved down here from Barrie. So this is a very Thursday night.
That's right. Tim's thankful for the encouragement. Wonderful guy. Great folks up there.
Indeed.
Doug is also asking, is Brian restricted from walking out of the front area? And Doug, the answer is a solid yes. And he's also not allowed to drink out of other people's cups anymore. That is not
I've been told very clearly I have to stay on the carpeted area and not move out. But I will admit, today we had chairs set up prior to today. We thought we had a good plan, and I looked at it and went, I think some of these chairs are still too close. So we actually moved some chairs even farther away from me in case I get tempted. So
it will surprise nobody that Brian is A, not able to not walk around, or B, has moved chairs a million times. So neither of those two things will be surprising in any way to anybody. But so I wanted to let everybody know that video that we just showed is going to go up on Facebook and YouTube for you to be able to see it, and others who are not watching live to be able to see it at 7:30. 7:30 as well. We're going to be sending out an email. You'll get it in your inboxes with even a little bit more of a broken down what you can expect on Sunday. And we got maybe another 5-10 minutes or so. I thought, Brian, maybe we go over some of the things just that are in this email, just for people's reference. And we're committed to following our provincial guidelines. We're committed to this to honor our government. And it's important, right, Brian? Like this is an important thing for us.
Yeah, we've said this all along. We talked about it more at the beginning because the government is doing their best to also keep people safe. I don't think I've never heard even an inkling from the government that they're shutting churches down because it's they're coming against religion. It's not that at all. They're actually really doing their best to keep people safe, and we want to honor that. I feel like if we got a mandate and said you're Christians, you can't meet together, I think we might do something different. But it's not that at all. And so we're more than happy to do our best to comply with the rules as well. We want to do our part and do that. And I've heard arguments on both sides, but that's been the stance we've taken, and that's where we're going to stay. Yeah.
So I'll go down some of these different things, and you can quasi comment on them as we go along. But if you have thoughts and questions, please do let us know. It's an enclosed space, and so there is a mask, a mandatory mask to be able to enter both the mall itself, as well as within the church. When you're in the church, mask it up, Jeeves. So it's. I
think that's actually on our poster.
Mask it up, Jeeves. Yeah. So that is definitely there, and that is every indoor public space that exists in our province.
As we saw in the video, there's actually a sign outside the mall, and we've been talking very closely with the people at Laurier, and as an education institution, and they're the ones that own our mall, if you don't know, that they've taken really strict regulations in their buildings, so we want to honor them as well in the middle of this. Yeah.
Of course. So, as you know, we have a 30% capacity. That's about 100 people. And it means that you have to register to be able to reserve your spot. And we just ask you to take that step to be able to do it. Don't be like when you're doing an event and you just go, they know we'll show up. We don't. In this case, this is you need to be able to register, because the last thing in the world we want is more people show up than there are seats, because we only have 100 seats. And so this is a way to be able to make sure that everyone who comes is going to have a seat. Service is going to be shorter. It's going to be about an hour, and partially it's because we don't have any kids. So there are there will be kids, but there's no kids programming. So there's no kids programming, or that there is a nursery, as you saw, where you can change your baby if necessary. But that's part of the reason why it's going to be an hour long. And Nikki, as Aaron mentioned, is going to have some stuff for our kids to be able to do. But the extendo service with kids in the middle of it, and trying to be able to keep them, kids like to run. Have you noticed that, Brian? Like, they like to run, right? So we're gonna.
I like to run too, so I may just go for a little jog in the middle of the evening or the morning.
I've seen no proof of this over the years. Our space, we did a deep clean today, and we're going to continue to. We're going to clean before church happened and after, and so we're committed to sanitizing. And there's going to be things like hand sanitizer as well. You are going to be asked when you come in about symptoms and the basic sort of COVID screening that you might have encountered if you go to a doctor's office or that sort of thing. And that is also partially because of the university, and it's an open campus building where there are students and so that's been a request from our landlords, and so we are bound to comply to that. So don't get too bothered by it. It's going to be super easy. And Erin, she'll make it fun. I'm sure she will. She'll say something. Like, if you say no, she'll go nar, and then you'll go no, and she'll go nar, and it'll be fun. It'll be good. Go.
Yeah, the regulations are no different than what people have experienced in grocery stores and every other public thing. Doctors' offices, and it's just the same now. So many people are already used to this.
So there's one-way traffic. We are asking families to sit together. So you whoever your bubble is, and here's the thing too, is that everyone doesn't know who is in each other's bubble. So families, we're asking you to sit together, even if you are more liberal with physical contact and stuff with somebody in the church and not. Please just sit with whoever your own family or your own family group is, because we want to be able to make sure that it is equal opportunity for everyone in this, which means no hugs, no handshakes. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're not supposed to do that, so don't do that. Don't make us tase you.
We made Nikki very sad today in the video.
Yeah, she seemed very sad. The worst part for her is that she's going to be on "Welcome to Freedom House, Don't Hug Each Other" duty, and that's like a form of torture. I think what we've done here. So there's no coffee. It's a one person, and I actually don't mind this rule. Only one person in the bathroom says, "I think I'm okay. Let's just keep that one." Giving, we want to encourage you, if you can, to continue to give online. We're so thankful for how you guys jumped into online giving and that sort of thing. And once we teach Brian how to do it, we'll almost be at 100% of the people using the internet for that.
I took a step this week, David. You're going to be so proud of me.
Oh my gosh, I already am. But if you want to be able to give in person or use the debit or credit machine, that will be available after service to be able to go to the information station. Aaron will be there. And lastly here, we are going to continue to maintain an online presence, and we're committed to making this work, and not just that, but making it a real experience and growing it. Brian, if this season has taught us nothing, is that pandemics are bad. B, the internet is a incredibly important part of our lives these days, and it's become how we have primarily interacted with people for 6 months, and we've seen lots of different people poke their head into our church services on Sundays that wouldn't normally poke their head into a church building or a church door, and we're committed to that. So not only for those of you who are not yet comfortable in returning in person, and everybody can't, we just don't have right now enough seats for everybody who is a part of Freedom House to come. And so A, it's necessary. B, we understand that it's helpful for families. And C, it's also a way to be able to reach out in a real legitimate way, isn't it?
I agree, and I think this is a great opportunity. If you haven't taken this already, it's a great opportunity to introduce people to Freedom House, because maybe you're staying at home and going, "Hey, why don't you join me online? We'll do a little watch party together," or something like that. I think it's a great opportunity we could and should take, and would encourage you to do that.
Mark is asking, are we taking temperatures? No, we're not taking temperatures. Matt is saying, can you bring your own coffee? Yeah, have at her. Right? I think that's probably the right answer.
Yeah, yes.
Sure.
But I don't bring your own coffee, you told me, right?
Yeah, you can't drink other people's coffee. That's just what the problem
was. That's a rule mandated from the province.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I actually try and keep that one up as time goes on.
What if I'm in the sacred space? Can I still No,
just bring your own. Drink your own stuff.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not super germy or anything, but even that's pretty gross for me.
Well, I wonder, Dave, have you started believing in germs now? Because up until 6 months ago, you didn't even believe they existed. So have you been repented of that, or?
No? Well, no, I mean, it's covered by the blood. I know that much for sure, at very least. But yeah.
That could be it.
Yeah. Well, folks, we are going to, Brian and I, hop on over at Transformation Canada and do a live stream. We'd love to be able to have you over there as well. If you're up for it, Freedom House, this is going to be the beginning of the next part of this journey. I have to admit, Brian, I was making that video today. To church during the middle of a pandemic and seeing masks and all these things and the deep sanitization, and thinking some days I still go, oh my goodness, is this for real? Is this where we are? But it is for real, and it is where we are. And it's a celebratory step to be able to be back meeting again with people. And yeah, it's weird, but this is where we are in the world right now. And so we're very excited to be able to be together again.
Yeah, I agree. We're glad that this is a step we can take. I think one of the first messages I spoke after this started was from Joshua 3, where he talks about we hadn't been this way before, and I don't think it's a terrible thing that God's teaching us new ways to do things in our ability to connect with Him. Over the summer, the doc sessions, We've taken another deeper dive into how to do that. And so I think taking those things into the next phase of where we're going will be great.
Yeah. Doug is asking, how do you drink coffee through a mask? You can sippy that thing, like just kind of like if to have a little sip of coffee, right? You just like.
That's where the grace comes in.
That's where the grace comes in.
For sipping.
All right, friends, thanks so much for hanging out with us a bit tonight. Again, please, if you do have questions or things that you'd like to be able to know, if there are things in your mind, you're like, I'd like to be able to hear what it's going to be like before I'm able to make my decision, please let us know. We'll do our best to be able to answer any question, and those that we can't, who knows, maybe you've thought of something that we haven't, and we can figure out a way to be able to make it even a better experience. So we're looking forward to it. And guys, we are going to see you on Sunday.
Either live or right here. So that's good.
That's right. That's right.